Goldie, and welcome back to episode 2 on A New Hope. As you did see, we did buy a water tanker, trailer, whatever you want to call it, because I was going to fill up first, but I'll show you first. We went and bought a garden. Well, built a garden, or built, same thing. So yeah, we can easily just get our water from here, I imagine, but I hope so. I haven't tested it. It's water though, so it's nice and close. Yeah, I thought I'd put a garden in. Not sure what I'm going to put in there yet. I've got a couple of ideas, but I will check out what the market prices are like and what's likely to be a high price or its best price. In October, I guess, we'll give it a month to cycle. But yeah, here's the garden, and we can easily fill it up. I've used these before in FS25, so I imagine they're pretty much the same. I know there's a few things different. You can put a roof on it, you can turn collision on and off. So, but yeah, I imagine that's going to need a lot of filling up. Yep, probably. But let's have a look anyway. Where am I squatting? What's going on? Is it to do with the collision thing? Oh god. Bear with me. How very odd. Anyway, so we've got a whole range of things we can grow in these gardens. I'll check the market prices and make a choice. I haven't had a look at that yet, but just, yeah, I know. I kind of want a different crop in there as well, so I'm thinking maybe spinach or something like that. But we'll see. Let's have a look. Well, I don't know why I'm looking at that one. But yeah, I'll have a look through the prices and see what sells for the best around October, because that's what we'll aim for. I've decided to just go for spinach. That sells for about 500 in October a litre, I think it is, something like that. But anyway, I'll get spinach on the go. Yeah, so it looks quite nice. Some spinach growing in the garden. I'll top that up a few more rounds of water, and then we're going to see what jobs are available for the rest of the day. I do also want to look at getting some more tools later. I do want to put a field somewhere, so we're going to have a look around at that as well. We'll turn these switches on. I quite like the one with the greenhouse. It just looks, cool. We'll do that, and everything's a go. So it'll be slow going, but we'll get some spinach out of there. I don't know what's best. I just thought spinach. It was the best selling product in October. Yeah, so I'll continue topping the water up for this, and we could get stuck into a job. So off camera I've been looking around. I still got a lot to fill up, but this area of the garden, this area here is a lot flatter than I first thought it was. So we may chuck a field in here actually, maybe get a tractor and a plough. Let's go and have a look at it in person instead of the drone. But yeah, I was just looking around these trees as well. If I cleared these all out, it's quite flat in here, but that's a lot of work and expensive. I've got to get a stump grinder and cart them all off and everything. It's a whole thing. So if we go and have a look at our field over here, it's actually pretty flat. I'm thinking we can plough a field. Ooh, it's not crashing to those. I guess it's not. Sorry about that. But yeah, if we can get a plough and a tractor, let's chuck a small field on here as best as we can. And yeah, I think at least we've got a farm underway. And you have to pardon my voice, sorry, if you've noticed. I do have lingering effects from laryngitis still. Now and then I sound like I'm going through puberty again. So yeah, we do own a fair bit of land here. We can, up these tree lines. So I think it's a good idea. We can get some ploughing done. just a basic grain cropping, I guess. I would mow it first, but then I've got to buy a mower and a baler and all that kind of stuff, and I don't quite have the money. There's a lot to think about buying in here, but a tractor, I do have some. I did get some mods in, so there's a possibility we got a nice cheap tractor. What do we got? We're going to need to pull a plow though, so that's the only thing. I quite like the old rusty John Deere. That's an option. It's the cheapest one. These ones I'm not going to be able to afford for a while. Yeah, but like I say, we're going to need a plow. And I do have some here, so we could buy, I mean, that's cheap. Look at that, it's less than $1,000. So, I mean, I could get a tractor and a plow, nice and easy. We get that field plowed out and do a contract or two. Just looking at these other ones, they've got such high horsepower requirements. That cheap tractor, I think, was only maybe 50 horsepower, I think it was. So we've got to go for one of these ones. Yeah, it's a whole decision. I don't want to buy something I can't use. Because then we got seeders that we need as well. I'll have a look through here and have a look at our options. I've got these ones, there's 6. Don't need a cultivator, they direct drill, I think. So that one's a seed spreader. Yeah, I probably won't go for that one. If I can get away with not having to cultivate, I'll do that. It's one less expense. So I'll have a nosy through the store, we'll do some maths off camera, and get back to you in a sec. Right, we took a contracting job for the logging, and I've gone and bought this John Deere. It's a rusty old thing, 50 horsepower, she'll go. And a plow. So we've got a plow, we can get into ploughing. I've taken the logging contract that should pay for spreaders, seeders, and the stuff I need, I guess, lines, fertilizer, seeds. Yeah, so away we go. We can create fields now, looking good. It's nothing fancy and it's going to take a while because it is a small, I think it's 1.5 meters this one. But yeah, we'll get the logging contract done as well at some stage. And maybe we'll do that first. Do we get the logging contract done first? We are down to about $5,000, so we do need some more money to continue once we have ploughed the field. Although we might get some spinach the next day when I tick over to September, so can always sell that for, I don't know what we'll get for that. It's not very high priced at the moment. But yeah, I think we'll get the logging done. That's going to give us 7k for doing that. It's only about maybe half an hour's work. Maybe longer, but we'll see. Sometimes I have some really, how do I put this, interesting experiences, comical moments I guess. But I'll head over to that area and I'll see you soon. Alright, we are here collecting the wood again. So I've just sat up and had a cuppa, looked over the little pond down there, and we'll load these logs up. I think we can get cracking onto our own field. I think there are a couple of other contracts available. They don't pay much and they don't sound exciting. But I mean, it would be extra money, but I really don't want to go for anything that's under 5 to 7k per load sort of thing. Anyway, let's have a crack at this. Last time, the last video, I didn't really show much of me doing the logging. I was getting the hang of it, and I don't think you wanted to see that, but you can watch my first load anyway. I think I've got a grasp of it. It's not too bad. Sometimes my brain gets cross-wired and I push the wrong directions because it's just one of those things. But I find trying to grab the right amount of logs is always tricky too. So sit back and enjoy this. I'll see if I can get this wood first load in for you. And we are done. We got 6,800 for that job, so let's put our money up a little bit more. Yeah, so wasn't much interesting to watch. I only showed you the first couple of loads and that comical moment. Luckily, Osh aren't a thing around here, or I'd probably be fired by now, tipping the truck over like that. With that job out of the way, now we can go over and start to plough our field. I'm looking forward to it. Get our first cut in the grass, if you will. And turn that soil over and start being productive. Try to, anyway. But we'll see how that goes. It's going to be painful. See you in a bit. Right, here we are at the edge of our boundary. So we'll drop the plough down, create fields, create fields. Now why is it not letting me create fields? It's the same button, isn't it? Top left and Y on the Xbox controller. Let me have a look at, bring open the help window. Let's see. I mean, there's no option for create fields. Where is it? Am I missing something? Is there a setting I have to change, or does this plough not create fields? I did read the description. It didn't say anything about not creating fields. Hold on. My mistake. Apparently that plough doesn't create fields. I jumped into another map to have a look and test some things out, and yeah, that one doesn't create fields. This one does. So it was this one cost $1,900. Had to sell the other one. I lost $100 on that. So all up, we've lost about $2,000. But that's okay. This one will plough fields. I tested it on the other map. Create fields, I should say. A bit hard to see in the shade, but yeah, there we go. Brilliant. So I don't want to get too close to the trees, because I know turning around and being caught on branches and stuff is going to be a nightmare when harvesting. But we've cut our first soil. Look at that, we're turning the soil over. Starting our field. I do want to make sure I don't go beyond. It's not going to let me anyway, but I don't want to go right up to the edge of our boundary either, in case things spill over and I can't collect it afterwards. We lose product. And go a bit further up. Now it's only going to be a narrow field, the width of this flattish area. I'm not going overboard, not going to go up hills and that just yet. If I'm going to do that stuff, I want to get some better equipment to do it. How are we looking? A little bit further, don't want to get too close. I mean, that's a pretty decent sized first field. And it would probably be about the same width-wise, maybe. We'll have a look. Let's see what we can do. There's a bit of a nightmare in the shade and with the trees there, but not much. I mean, there is much I could do about that. I could trim some back if I wanted to. I'm going to have to eventually. I'm trying to put it off because I'm not really into the mood for logging, especially with the setup we got. I'd rather have a front loader and a decent trailer first, but we'll see how we go. I don't think we can get a front loader on this tractor, so it does seem to be digging a big trench on the left of the plough. I'm hoping that's just because it's the edge of the field. Again, I'm new to this game pretty much, so I don't know if that's a thing. We've got plenty of room. We just don't want to go uphill too much. We probably have already. I mean, that's a decent size. We'll go with that. It's narrow. It's our first field. It's going to take a while to plough. We don't want to go overboard. We'll be here forever with this little plough. It's slightly smaller than the other one I had, I think. 1.3 or 1.4, so it's not much difference. But at least this one creates fields. But I am concerned about those trenches. Look at that. Am I building a moat around my field, or going into war? I don't know. Look at the trenches for the 1800 wars. Okay, we'll carry on ploughing this out and see how we go. Yeah, it's not going to be very entertaining footage because, well, it's a small plough and a small tractor, so excuse me. So it's going to take a while. And I will try and tidy up with the paint tool if I've got enough money around the edges. It's if we don't have a motor around there. Could end up flooding our field, I suppose. It's interesting. Again, this could just be the ground deformation system, and I'm new to it. I've not done any ploughing in the game yet. So I don't know. I'll suss it out as I go along. As long as we get the main shape out, and then I can get stuck in. We'll come back from this side so we line up. But I mean, that's a decent field. I'll just do crops, maybe a canola, this crop, I think. It is going to mean we're going to need to pay for seeder, spreaders, fertilizer, lime, and seeds, and you're going to need a harvester, but that's not for quite a few months yet. I think that's what, like 7 months, maybe more, maybe 9 months grow time. So plenty of time to get the money for the harvester, and maybe Kia will let us rent some equipment. I don't know, I haven't discussed that with them. If I can buy it, I'll buy it. We are supposed to be becoming self-sufficient out here, so garden's underway, spinach growing, logging contract complete, and our field's cutting. Yeah, now it's cutting on the inside, isn't it? So this is going to be a bit of a nuisance. I can only go one direction, can't I? If I keep changing directions, it's going to have scars all throughout it. Ah dear, I'm not sure what to do with this. Maybe it is just a thing. I'll figure it out as I go, like I said. Anyway, I'll get stuck into this. You don't want to watch me dithering around and rambling on about nothing. But our goal is to get this field done and hopefully get some seed in next month. So we'll see how that goes. We're going to have to take contracts and stuff to pay for it. So I'll get cracking on with this field, and I'll see you in a bit, I think. Well, that took a very long time to do this field, let me tell you. It felt like I was in trench warfare. Had to do it one direction only, because if I went the other way it would leave a scar on the other side. And I mean, if I log out and log back in, it clears it. So I'm guessing it's just ground deformation. But what a horrible thing to work with, I tell you. What a struggle. There was one stage where I was wondering if I even wanted to continue doing this because it was such a pain in the butt. And these trees are getting a nuisance too. I'm whinging, I know. It's probably the English blood in me. So that's done, at least. Well, we're just finishing it up now, but a mission. What a mission that was. Logging, mishaps, trench warfare. Oh, that's a good title for the episode, I think. Yeah. So we're going to look to put some seeds in there next month. I probably will skip the month ahead. We've done a lot for the first month, but yeah, it's done. And I'll show you if I log out in a minute. I think we'll just park this up and put it out of the way. But yeah, I'll log out of the map and just save it first. Yeah, so I'll quit and then load back in. And you'll be able to see what I mean, that as soon as I load back in, those trenches will be gone. I do have another map going. I kind of mucked up on that one, so I didn't do it. Yeah, this might take a while to load, so I'll see you in a bit. As you can see, all the trenches are gone. So it's just ground deformation in the moment. As soon as I load back in or go over it with a seeder or a cultivator, it clears. So interesting. You learn something new every day. It does look rough, but it's not bumpy and full of trenches anymore. Yeah, so that's ready to be planted in. I'm probably just going to skip ahead till September. Then we're on to 2-day months. Yeah, and we should have some crops from the garden ready to sell, hopefully. I mean, I wanted to keep them till October, but if we need the money to top up on seeds, fertilizer, get a couple of those bits of equipment, we can. But yeah, she looks good. Decent field. Now that that's done, we shouldn't have to plough again. Hopefully. We will have to plough to create a new field, but hopefully we can get a better plough by that stage. So like I say, we'll get some spinach come out of here. I'll add some more water to that off camera. It's looking pretty good. And then, yeah, there's still a while to go for the first one, but the water level's not going down too fast. I mean, I could get a water tank, but that's another 10 grand, so we'll leave that for now. I think it's 10 grand, I could be wrong. Not too many. There's a stone picking contract. Not sure I want to take that one. Excuse me, sorry about that. I accidentally took a plough job earlier before I had this plough and then realised I didn't have the tools for it, so cancelled it. So we lost that job. That was a $6,000 paying job. Never mind. Yeah, I'm thinking we're going to go canola. It's the right season to plant it. It's probably the best product to plant. Wheat, we could do wheat as well. I think canola will get us more bang for our buck and help fund some more equipment next season, especially for, yeah, we'll see how we go anyway. We can do contracts between now and then, sell our spinach and our crops, whatever come out of the garden. Yeah, because we're going to need a seeder. I do want one of those. They're $6,000 each, and I think that's a direct drill, that one. So that one I don't have to get a cultivator. That's just a spreader, we still have to cultivate, so. I know it's cheaper, but we'd have to get the cultivator, and that would be about the same price as the direct drill. So I think I'm going to settle for the John Deere direct drill. That just makes sense. I don't have to cultivate. Let's chuck the seeds in and go, and I think that runs fertilizer with it as well. But I'm not too fussed about that. We'll look at spreaders. What do we got? Got the cheap ones down here. Not very big capacity. But they'll do the job for what we're doing, and it's just one that spreads lime and one that spreads fertilizer, which these ones all do. So I could take my pick of those. Was 3,000. The capacity is not the greatest. I could probably improve that to do with the hitch, I guess. I may have to do some testing to see if it's actually going to fit on my tractor. I imagine it would. I can't see why it wouldn't. But then I'm not an expert, so we don't know. So that's the plan there. I'm going to get probably that spreader and take it up to 1,500 litre capacity. And then we got our lime and fertilizer. Lime's cheap. Fertilizer's about 2,000. And then we got our seeds, which is about the same. So 2, 4, 6, 8. We're going to look about maybe 10 grand for the products to put on the field, plus another 11. So we're going to need another 15 grand to be safe, to be able to afford the stuff we need. And of course, we're not going to have a harvester, but that's a few months away. Now that's my plan. That's my plan of thought. I just want to share what I'm thinking with you guys, so you're on the same page. Next episode, we'll probably put in some... Yeah, we'll definitely be putting in some seeds and prepping that field fully next time. We'll have more spinach. We'll have a lot of spinach come out of here when the month ticks over. And I've been on this day, it feels like forever. So I am going to go and have a snooze and tick over the time. And I'll see you in the morning and probably wrap it up there. Good night. There's a lot of rain on the forecast for this morning. It's going to be hosing down all morning. But yeah, I do want to clear these trees out at some stage. We've got a lot of flat land around us, which we could incorporate into a field. There's a lot I can do. You can't really see much right now because it's quite dark. It is morning and it's raining, so pardon that. But we do have a bunch of spinach that we could sell if we wanted to. That's going strong. I'll top that up with some more water. In the next episode we will get into spreading some lime and fertilizer on this field, and hopefully putting some seeds in as well. It all depends on what sort of contracts come up for us. But yeah, it's been a productive day. A day of mishaps as well, buying the wrong plough and tipping the truck over and dealing with trench warfare, goodness me. But that's going to be it for the day, I think, for this episode. And the next episode we'll jump back in right where we've left off here. Hopefully I'll have the spinach loaded up. I'm eyeing up this tree to cut down as well at some stage. But yeah, we'll load the spinach up and go and sell that, see if we can get some money to start prepping this field, find a couple of contracts, and that'll be us. So thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. If you liked it, please like the video and subscribe if you want more content. And have a beautiful day or evening wherever you are.